All right, 20, CJ2. So we'll look at the entrance. This is one of those where we're trying to get Matthew in without giving him any major problems with getting his foot caught in the door. What do you think, Yora, being a little bit later? So that puts, yeah, I mean, it's actually pretty good. As long as there's no pressure on there, Yora, and I know it doesn't look like there is. It looks like keeping that nice and light. Just rotate with it. Cool, nice key from Otto. Man, the 20s in the center are looking so much better. Um, Two's okay, start okay. There's a couple of little issues later on. The door, CJ2. I always like a 2 when it builds like this, when you have the front pair kind of hooking up together, so that as Nadia arrives, she can feel Otto on. These guys are doing a great job with their positioning, and off we go. So I would like to see just a little bit here. I think I'd like to see Matthew a little bit straighter. And there'll be a little bit more of an angle here from Yora. So not quite, okay, I know I've changed my mind, but I feel like we're progressing now as a team a little bit as well. I feel like a little more of an angle from Yora and a slightly straighter on the back here. And that way, when Nadia goes, you already, Matthew, without taking Nadia out, please, you can find it easy to accompany Nadia at the start of the move. Nadia, your move at the start, the first couple were good. Let's have a look at how far your center point moves back. I don't think you need to go quite that far. I think if you do about like to there is fine. It just looks like it goes a little too far back. I know we changed it as because you weren't going back at all, but I feel like you've done a really good job of getting the angle right, and now the goal is just to draw back a little bit from there. Okay. Nice. And what I'm looking for is that the two piece, when we spin, stays that small. It's a really good. So the elbow, make sure you don't drop the elbow. Make sure the elbow stays up. Cool. All right, 20. So the center in the 20, this was something that we really, obviously Otto is looking to feel confident for his move, and it's got to be his key, which looks like it certainly is. Wow, Yora's having little or no place. Let's see there. Yeah, just have to deal with that, I'm afraid, Yora. It does give Otto quite a nice bit of space to make his move. So the piece is taking up a lot less space in the tunnel now. We're getting Nadia on top of Matthew, which is giving us, for me, it looks like a much better dynamic. All right, so we'll look at Otto's move. Out to the side, rotate, have a good look at it, and watch the levels. Yeah. Yeah, so Otto, for you, I really like what you're doing. And as, like right now, this is you thinking about the catch levels. Make sure that level Otto is your first thought here. Looks like the piece drops out a little bit. And that's something to be aware of. Nadia and Matthew, now that you're collapsing on top of each other, which is great, it is very easy to drop onto the net of the tunnel. And all you have to do here is just use a little bit of shoulders, Matthew, just to keep you, like, sorry, shoulders, chest, a little bit of chest, nothing else, just to keep you off the net. If that happens. Cool, that 2 is spinning nice. And that's a little bit more of the shape that I was talking about. So let's just have a look at that there. So we've got you guys center line through here with your a bit more of an angle, and then Matthew's kind of straighter. Nice short move from Nadia on that one. That's it, Nadia. So center point goes back. There we go. Just that's it. That's as far as it needs to go. Half a meter, and then the sideways press. very good builds. 2 to 20 is kind of a real funky move, especially for inside center, and it's building exactly where it needs to. Better and better. All right, so I guess that is the levels at the end. And that could, like I said, so Otto, for you now, your main focus, don't worry, I know you may be thinking, oh, I've got to get my rotation done, for sure, but think about levels as well. Because as Matthew comes around, he needs you on level. He's pretty restricted, don't forget, from that inside center slot at the end of block 20. Man, Otto's so good. Look how calm you look up there. Look, you're just hovering. Check that out. Just hovering, watching it. Very cool. So a little look at Yara on the back. Now he's got some space. Yep, nice Yara. That's a perfect shape on the back end of that. Turn and then a little bit of a shift to the finish. Oh yeah, Otto, I'm really hoping that you're feeling as confident as you're looking on those 20s. If it helps you guys at all, it doesn't need to be a big deal, but Nadia, you can speak to Otto if you like it or not. Otto, at the start of the block, you can just give a little bit of movement in that direction with the grip. It's part of the key. So the right hand pops off, and then that grip, just a little bit of gentle kind of dance partner help pressure, not a push down by no means, just moving it in the general direction. Don't have to do it, but I kind of enjoy doing it when I'm flying the point. Cool. All right.